Alright. I laid down for 20 seconds tops. Rolled over. Got on my knees. Gave praise. Give thanks. While on my knees and head to the floor like a Muslim, I looked at my right arm and I see these gnats. You can see them around my face right now. What am I gonna do, man? And this world will eat you alive, man. Yes, it will. That's the point. That's why people want to get cremated. They don't want their flesh to be eaten. You don't gotta die for somebody to eat your flesh, dog. You notice a sick animal, flies will start to pick at a sick animal, man. We're here to be eaten, like the Shiva. Y'all know that? Or Krishna. The reason why the Bhagavad Gita is dope is because of the whole, you know, in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, which is like a Hindu, it's an ancient text from India. If you go to India today, you'll see from at least what I've seen on the internet. India is a very beautiful place architecturally. Go ahead and Webster that one. At the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, the main character, Arjuna, is in conflict because he has family members that are trying to invade and conquer his land. And basically the way that it went down was while Arjuna was in his adolescent years and becoming a young man in his teenage years, people like his uncles, his cousins, his spiritual role models, his fighting teachers, his coaches, they were all a part of the same clan, but occupied different areas. So it would be like, you know, Arjuna's clan that he was born into would be like St. Petersburg, Florida. And then his family's clan would be like Tampa Bay, Florida. And there was some type of a conflict where there was like spiritual war for land, man. It was like a holy war for land, man. And Arjuna was conflicted because he knew in his mind, spirit, and his body that he had to pick a team. And not even pick a team, but he had to make a decision of whether or not he was going to fight in the war, which would mean that he would have to slew, maybe not literally, but as a whole, he would have to slain people who he loves and cares about dearly, who looked after him when he was a child. Maybe I'm being a little bit loud. I feel like I'm being a little bit loud because of the traffic, and because my mind is like, guys, you know, I haven't eaten anything in a little bit and I just hit them burpees. That was tough, that burpee routine, but I got it done. So Arjuna prays to Krishna, the Godhead, which is God himself in the story, that incarnates into the physical flesh, but comes to Arjuna kind of more in like the mental plane and in his dreams and stuff like that. And that's the beginning of the story. Y'all have to read it yourself or listen to it. It's a beautiful audio version on YouTube. I love listening to it. It's got a little bit of faint music in the background. But there's a point in the story where Arjuna asks Krishna, the Godhead, God himself incarnate into the physical realm, to show Arjuna his true self. And you see this a lot across many different religions, philosophies, and theologies. And an example I'll give you, just the most recent one, is my buddy recommended, he didn't recommend, but he brought up a movie with the actor Brendan Fraser, who I think just got like nominated for an Oscar for the movie The Whale. And he had this whole resurgence the past few years where like he went to Comic-Con and people were like, we love Brendan Fraser, blah, 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 blah. And but he disappeared for like 20 years. So he must have ran out of money, came back, shook hands, you know. Did his hamdulillahs, paid his dues, and then got paid his dues. Him and Adam Sandler. You see how, you remember Adam Sandler was gone for fucking a while since Click came out in like 2003, and then all of a sudden he comes back with Uncut Gems, and then he hits us with the basketball movie, and then Netflix pays him $200 million to put out like 20 movies. I ended up watching the Halloween one. Y'all remember the Halloween one? He's got like the canteen that's like Inspector Gadget canteen. But the movie with Brendan Fraser, I forget what it's called, but basically Brendan Fraser sells his soul to the devil for, you know, for the devil to grant him certain wishes. Power, money, fame, fortune, to be handsome. And the devil comes to him as this smoking hot redhead, super hot. And she's got an accent, which is even hotter, you know? And there's a point in the movie, maybe like, you know, a quarter of the way in or halfway through, where he says, he's like, you don't look like the, I forget what he says, but he says like, yo, show me your true self. She's like, you won't be able to handle it. And he says, nah, show me. And the redhead morphs into this fucking, into the devil. Into this Baphomet, you know, Satan from South Park looking character. Pan's Labyrinth looked like that, you know? Creepy. And also think about that when Brendan Fraser in that movie first met the redhead, they're making out, tongue kissing, swapping spit. She's like basically asking him like to go into the parking lot to get down. And then she shows her true colors, the flesh that she's hiding behind. She pops out her, and it's like, damn, bro. That wasn't a part of the movie, but it's like, damn, bro, you were kissing that thing, bro. You sick, dude. You gross, bro. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna asks the Godhead to show him the true version of himself, Krishna shows him this giant, you know, giant unfathomable creature with the most sharp teeth that you've ever imagined, like 50 times that of a shark. Dude, have you ever seen a shark's teeth? You know they got like 500 of them. So one of them around your neck is kind of crazy a little bit. You're like, dang, this is kind of sharp. 500 of them biting down with the force of, you know, 70 times of a dog. Dude, you're done, crushed. Stand no chance against a shark. Go look up the pictures. Rip your arm out of your fucking torso. Completely, bink, like it's nothing. Chomp. And that's the Godhead Krishna shows Arjuna that form of him, herself, and tells Arjuna, I am the consumer of all things, and that I eat all worlds. So the gnats are out to get me, dude. No matter how much water I drink and no matter how much fruit, the more fruit I have, the more gnats that are, the fruit flies will get me. All right, y'all.